We are officially recording. Unofficially, we are. This is a platform run through.
Live and on set.
You looking like a real podcaster, dude. You must have been doing your research.
I've been studying on the sly, like watching the Knuckleheads podcast and some of them former hoop stars. Just been watching them, how they move.
Doing your market research. Oh, that's right. That is funny. Okay, so this is going to be like how we record. And it was pretty easy for you to like log in and everything, right?
Yeah, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I hooked everything up yesterday after I got the laptop bought. I hooked the mic up and I sent you a text about the webcam. I didn't realize you had to be on a certain platform in order for that to work. Yeah, I was like, I just bought. That's why I was like, that's why I don't even use Amazon, because this thing don't even work. Now I got to send it back, and I was not interested in sending it back or nothing like that.
These janky cameras. No, I'll never send anything back on Amazon. I just say I'm not satisfied, and then they end up normally giving you a credit and let you keep in it if it ain't that big of a product.
See, that's a tip for me in itself, because I just got over my Jeff Bezos boycott. I was like, I'm not giving him no more money. He got too much money, and he ain't even damn affiliated really with him no more. He's so far up.
And he still figure out a way to make a profit off of you, whether you are buying from Amazon or not. You probably still got Amazon Music. Don't you have Amazon Music?
Nah, see, I don't have.
You got Audible?
Do I got Audible? I got Audible, but I don't use it yet as much as I probably should. I'm still old school. I'm still trying to read my books.
You was crossing the picket line and didn't even know.
That's what happens when you get to be in the older generation.
It's okay. That's why you got a cool daughter. And
absolutely.
Me. You got Mari and me.
I was telling a certain person when I bought all this stuff, I said, I don't know if I'm buying the right stuff. I was telling the dude at Best Buy, I said, man, look, I just need a laptop. He's like, well, what are you using it for? I said, just some personal stuff. Me and my daughter thinking about doing a podcast. I said, I'm not a gamer or nothing like that. And I said, but I don't want no junk either. So.
Right. Don't give me nothing I'm going to bring back in 2 years. About, you need to buy an extended warranty.
I was talking to him about the purchasing a Geek Squad membership and all that stuff. I said, I'm not doing that. If I have any issues, I'll just reach out to my daughter. I looked at the directions on mine, and they said you shouldn't point the mic at you like that.
Yeah. Come on, Mr. Researcher. I know. According to my research. Right. Yeah, no, my audio professor in college used to get so, like, he would get irate if he saw you tilt this thing down. Uh-huh. It doesn't work like that. Fix it, put it up. I'm like, man, the sound quality is a little better though. I know they say you ain't supposed to do it that way, but it worked better for me. And it looked better. I mean,
I'm sure it's some kind of science.
Official, supposedly, but like, don't this sound better?
It just sounds like you're closer. I wouldn't say it sounds better.
Okay. Side with the company, why don't you?
I've been trying to, and I try to keep mine like centered. Like just out of the picture, just the tip. I'm at the apartment. I'm in the kitchen. Like
really?
The bar. Yeah.
It's a nice setup. It looks like you're in a townhome with like a slanted ceiling.
Right. You look
fancy.
It's got a nice little,
aesthetic.
And if I had a bar stool, it would be like perfect. But
what are you sitting on right now?
I'm standing up.
Are you really?
I'm absolutely standing up.
Oh, you are standing very still for somebody who is standing up.
I've been trying to play out in my head, like, So I called T-Mobile because they got that new mobile like hotspot thing for the home for Wi-Fi. So I called them. Now in the promo, it said it's $50 a month with auto pay on a credit card. I'm like, cool, that ought to be simple enough. I call them. They want to do a damn hard pull on my credit. I said,
am I buying a car or am I getting Wi-Fi?
Look, and you know me, I'm borderline
you don't
grumpy.
give nobody. You said, wait a minute, my credit is locked. You can't check it.
I said, ma'am, I said, I'm not trying to change how y'all do y'all business or whatnot. I said, but I got a credit card right here. I said, and the thing said, auto pay. I got the card. I said, help me understand why you need to do a hard pull on my credit for me to get
some
this.
Wi-Fi.
And she was like, well, it's just what we do to see what the best deal we can get you. I said, if I can't get the deal that you advertising with this card every month, I said, I'm gonna have to pass. And the heifer put me on hold, and she came back and she said, well, we're trying to search the best option for you, Mrs. Nelson. Are you getting ready to buy a house or are you getting ready to make a major purchase? I said, no. I said, that still I'm not finna authorize you to do a hard pull on my credit.
Right. She said, what I look like having T-Mobile on my credit report?
Yeah. She said, hold 1 second. Had me on hold for 25 minutes, left me on hold. I said, you janky help.
Now, why did you wait that long?
Because we rained out that day. I wasn't doing shit. I was just laying in the room.
You was just like,
I was actually playing bricks and balls on my phone.
You sound like your son-in-law. Goodness gracious.
You know what's funny? I hadn't been playing that, but when I came out there, me and Mari came out, I saw that he was playing it. I was like, damn, I love that game. And I re-downloaded it on this phone, and I've been playing it since.
Oh, my God. Every time, you think women think their husbands be on the phone doing something they're supposed to. I lean over, this man is hitting bricks with balls.
Yep.
Talking about, I ain't beat this level yet. I cheated to get past this level. I said, how you cheat? I had to watch an advertisement to get some extra calls. I said, that's not cheating. That's just
what you gotta do, man.
Like, yeah, I was like, cheating would be changing the code. You are using the features that they have provided. Yeah, that is funny.
Cheating is Googling how to get past level such and such on bricks and balls.
And watching the YouTube video step by step.
It's funny because somebody asked me, it's like, how you sure you won't do that? It's like, that's going to require a bit of vulnerability. And I said, I'm sure on certain conversations. I said, but my daughter's in charge of the editing. If we say something I don't like or she don't like, she going to take care of it. I said, but the whole purpose for us doing this is to be open.
And having these candid conversations, these more uncomfortable questions, the more uncomfortable conversations. And like, kind of like I said, I think in the show notes that I shared, I was like, this is like me and your world.
Right.
This is like me and you. This isn't like a family podcast. If family just so happens to listen, that's awesome. But it's like, almost like what happens here stays here, but like in a podcast way. It's not like, don't approach me on you said this. Was you talking about me type stuff? Like, this ain't no guessing game.
Right.
But if the shoe fits, feel free to wear it. Because I got something to get off my chest in the future. I got some good prompts that'll probably start with what I had a disclaimer I was going to put at the beginning of some of them. Because, just some people need a little warning about what you're about to talk about. Like, some people are triggered by, like, certain aspects of conversation. So just having some sort of preface, like, in this episode, we're going to talk about XYZ, might make you uncomfortable, but you were warned ahead of time.
Well, I've been thinking about that stuff too. It's like, even though this is a safe space for us, if you choose to watch it or listen to it, we're not responsible for how you receive the message. that's on you. If you have, there's something that trigger you, because there's probably gonna be some stuff that trigger us as we talk about it. It's gonna spark some emotion and make us feel a certain type of way. But that's the beauty of it. Like,
Yeah.
that's the part I'm
That's
looking
what
forward to it.
builds great daddy-daughter relationships in the first place, is the vulnerability and the like
I've
the
been
ickiness of it.
I reflect on. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was trying to figure out like when,
Did we
at
get
what point
close
in you
as
and my life were we at odds with one another? And
oh,
I couldn't come up with a time that we were at odds, because we always managed to face whatever was going on with communication. And
yeah.
once we did that, it made everything easier. I'll never forget when we was talking about sex, and you told me, "Daddy, it's hard for me to talk about this with you." And I looked at you and I said, "You're my daughter." I said, "I'm your father." I said, "It's just as hard for me to talk about this with you as it is for you to talk about me. Talk about it with me." And it seems like ever since then, all of our conversations just seem to have happened, and
That's
there's
so
not been.
crazy that's a staple for you, because I'm checking my mental library and I cannot remember that like I'm sure we've had I'm sure we have several conversations, but like that seems like a key like event, like were we at home, were we in a truck?
Well, he was at home when
Oh,
that
was
happened.
this after I had probably got in trouble?
Yeah. I think that's
Oh,
like the conversation after you got in trouble. It's like, God damn, like, just talk to us.
like we've been telling you to come talk to us, and
Right.
you don't talk to us. I think I do remember that though. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think back. I thought you were gonna say to a time where we like that kind of like made us like, because I would say like what the relationship we have now, and I love how this has turned into like an episode instead of a production test and setting. I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
So we don't need no damn production set.
We
Shit.
don't
We
need no
know what
damn
we doing.
production test. We know what we're doing. This is daddy daughter dish. So I was trying to figure out like what got us to where we are now, like as father daughter relationship. Because I feel like we all, like you said, we've never really been at odds with each other. Like there have been times where I've had words for you, you've had words for me, but like you said, we addressed it head on. But despite through all of that, I still feel like how close we were then is nothing compared to where we are now. And honestly, I think when do you I'm gonna set you up. When do you think we like clicked to where we are now? Like what brought us here? And like how long ago was it, do you think? Because I mean, I guess this is not a right or wrong answer. It's more perspective.
As far as where we are today,
Mm-hmm.
mm, I don't know. I think where we are today is a product of our progress over the years as father and daughter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
starting from, like, I just think about, when I think about you, I think about the whole journey from the day you were born. Absolutely. Absolutely. From the day you were born, because I didn't get to cut no umbilical cord. I didn't get to do all of that because there was a lot of stuff going on when you came out. Like, I mean, your head was all fucked up. I mean, you
Me
was
on the podcast.
the cord was wrapped around your neck. I mean, your face was
Yeah.
everything was, and then your mama, yeah, all of that.
The
It
devil was
was,
trying to take me out. I hadn't even got in the world yet.
man, look, I never forget it like that, and that's a bond for me. And I feel like, okay, so I said all that, and then that night when you just said it when you was in the ICU as a newborn, and your mama couldn't come in there. I went in, I came in there. They let me. I was scared. They let me come in there, and I was just in there looking at you, and I put my pinky there, and you grabbed my pinky, and you was a newborn, so I don't know if it was a smile or not, but from where I was sitting, you smiled. And I saw that top lip rolled up and that little piece between your I said, oh my God. I said, you know what? God got this baby. I said, I am not worried about no hole in no heart. I'm not worried about none of that stuff. I said, God got this baby. And for me, from that point forward, there was something in me that said, you don't have to worry about it. You just be a father to this child. Just be a father. And I'm not worried about you. I never worried about you until you left home to go to college. And the only reason I worried about you then was because I felt like because we always pushed you to go out and don't get stuck in Southern Illinois. Nothing, no knock to Southern Illinois or anything like that. We just knew.
Just explore your options, explore the world. The world is bigger than.
I felt like you had more to offer the world than the world had to offer you. So that's what I was big on pushing you. I used to tell you that I was the wind between up under your wings, the wind beneath your wings to just fly. You fly. Don't worry about how you're going to make it happen. Daddy going to figure that shit out. You just, whatever you want to do, you just decide that's what you want to do, and we'll figure out the rest later. And that's just kind of the approach that I've taken with you your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's helped me.
I'm gonna need an emotional content warning. You trying to trigger a nigga.
Do what now?
I say you trying to trigger a nigga.
Nah. Hey, I got more.
I am so weak. No, that's funny that you say that. I mean, it's cool to hear from like your perspective. And
so what is it for you? Like when you think about where we are today, what is it?
So I feel like after Fari died is when we got like to where we are now as far as like our like vulnerability and communication and like just checking in with each other. Not more so as, and for podcast listeners, people unfamiliar, Fari is my father's dad. Hold on. He passed away.
Podcast?
What? He was in my dream asking me what a podcast was, and then he was like, "Oh, that's nice." But he passed away from COVID in 2021. Very suddenly.
Yeah, December 2nd.
Yeah, December 2nd, 2021. Very all of a sudden, it just happened so fast, like over the span of 2 weeks, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Oh, we're gonna
in another
get into
episode.
That because I got a whole the whole storyline behind that is crazy. Is amazing. Like,
yeah, and we're gonna need a trigger because I'm gonna need some tissues.
I mean, it does not to try to, one up anybody else's story about anything that took place in their lives, but that whole whirlwind of an event was, for me, traumatic. I mean, I can't imagine what it was for y'all, for you as his grandbaby, one of his many grandbabies, and all the other grandbabies. But for me, as what he used to call his baby boy.
Baby boy.
When I tell you that was life-changing for me, God. And it's funny that you say that after that, because, up to that point, you have been urging me, saying, Dad, you need to talk to somebody. And I kept putting it off, saying I would, but, just never really put that first step forward. And I think pretty sure in February, you had sent me that link about
the therapy for Black men.
Yeah. And I think in February is when I had my first session. Started out every week from February to like probably July. I was going to therapy every week. And then we kicked it back to every other week, which is the schedule that I'm on now. But that has a lot to do with it because, as with a lot of other things in my life, before I started therapy, I wasn't equipped with the tools to communicate properly, to feel properly, to know what I deserve out of life properly. And as you well know, it's led to a lot of changes in my
Lots
life.
of changes.
Lots of
Podcast
changes.
episodes coming up. We got some topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I really feel like that's like when you said what brought us together, that definitely totally that whole journey led up to that one moment because I remember when I found out he was sick, like when I found out how they had found him and everything, like of course I was worried about him, yes. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, how's daddy? Like, I need to check on daddy. And I had to like release that that fixer mentality that I like to have where I'm like, I need to figure out how to fix this. Like, I don't know how, but I need to figure something out. And just like trying to be there to support you because I'm like, you lost both of your parents now. Like, that's insane. And I don't know anybody close to me who has experienced that, but you, like, as my father. So I really feel like that's from there. Like me and you were checking on each other. You would be like, "How are you doing today?" And I would be like, "I'm good." And you like, "Nah, but how you really doing?" And I'm like, "I'm not good. I miss my papa." And like just being able to know that like if I call you, I can sense if something isn't right, and knowing that we have that relationship to communicate that. Like I've never felt like you tried to like hide anything from me. Like if I was to ask you something, I feel like you would never tell me something that wasn't the truth. And so to have you be vulnerable and for me to ask you like, how you doing? You holding up today? And for you to be like, yeah, today was pretty rough. Like I had, it wasn't good. I cried this morning like that. Something about Black men being vulnerable just gets that salt. Cause I'm like, look at that therapy working, man.
Hey,
ain't no shame in being emotional, man. And
none
I'm
at
like,
all.
look at my daddy. I'm like, oh my God, you're doing literally what I was like. I feel like a parent watching a child. I'm like, you're doing what I was doing. This shit.
Yeah.
When you learn how to communicate, that's a weapon on its own because everybody don't know. And so to be able to explain how you're feeling in a way that isn't placing blame on anybody, it's simply just observing your emotions and knowing what's making you feel that way. That's a superpower.
That's work.
Everybody ain't got it. And
that's work.
It's work. It's like digging for gold.
And it's constant. It's never ending. Like it's funny. It's not funny, but it's amazing to be able to like. I still got a lot of work to go, to do to become the best version of myself. But I can literally look back a few years and see like some major steps that I've taken, in becoming a better me. Like it all started. It actually started. I did somewhat of a therapy thing with this
the Black Fathers group, right?
No, it was a men's group. It was called Better Men, I think.
I remember you telling me about that.
But then I was digging it, but then it got to a point for me, I felt as if they were getting to a point where they were just bashing women because they was on there talking about bitch, and I think they were speaking in raw emotion. But at the same time, that's just not my style. I'm like, I want to do the work, but I don't want to do it like that. I don't want to get to a point where I'm borderline hating women and I'm looking at them with a stank eye until I figure out what they're about. No, I love women. I got 2 daughters. Like, I don't want to be looking at them like that. But that's just how I took it, not anybody else. So I stopped doing that $3,500 later. And that was probably a year and some months before I actually started doing the actual therapy with the link that you sent me. Mm-hmm. And I learned some stuff from that and I kept it, because I got notes on it, on what I learned there. And I read those and I go through my therapy session notes as well as my journal. I do journal for
got you a diary, ain't nothing wrong
people
with
out
it.
there. It's therapeutic thing that you have to do it to understand. You can get you a journal and you can write some stuff down, whatever's in your head, write it down. And it literally frees up space. It feels like it frees up space in your head to give you room to take in more stuff. So it's amazing how this stuff works. Some people don't understand it, but if you do it, you know. So the work that you put in, that I've put in, that you've put in, has a lot to do with where we are today.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing too, because it's a beautiful thing to like have that and be able to acknowledge that. And I feel for like women and girls that I know who don't have those fatherly figures. Either, you know, their dad is in their life, but they're not super active, or they're just, you know, they're not like, they don't have a daddy daughter relationship. It's just like, oh, that's my dad. Or you have the people whose dads aren't there. And it's just like, man, if only more people were healing and working. Like, there are people out there who still think there's nothing wrong with them, and that's holding up so much progress. And it's like, something being wrong doesn't mean that like you're a terrible person, and it doesn't have to be that something's wrong, just that you need to work on you. Like,
right.
It's a constant build. We're constantly building. There is never going to be a point where I'm like, I am completely perfect from therapy. I'm completely healed. No more therapy. No more nothing.
Right.
I'm perfect. Like, you're always working, and it just, I that's one reason I'm so glad to have this podcast and to be starting this, is because like knowing we genuinely have put in that work, and we genuinely like have this connection, and it's not something where I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I love my dad, like he funds my life, and that's the only reason I love him. Like, it's like, no, you are there for me in like all aspects of life, and that is like super awesome. And I know that a lot of people do see our relationship, because I do know a lot of people who have been like, you know, you and your dad had the coolest relationship ever since we uploaded that video of us reacting to them puns on YouTube. All my followers and friends be like, your daddy funny. Like, y'all could tell y'all close. And so I just want to spread that, and just have people, whether you have your father figure in your life, whether you don't, you feel like you're missing something, just have a little supplement. You know, we can't fill the void all the way, but just spreading that father-daughter love. And so I'm glad that we get to dish some daddy-daughter conversation. You see, I plugged. You saw the plug.
Yeah,
it wasn't smooth. I gotta work on it.
Hey, it's where it needs to be for right now. It'll get smoother as you continue to whip the cream, so to speak.
That is a new one. I have not heard that one.
I just made it up. That's what I do.
You said it like it's an old folklore idiom.
Shit, if it ain't, it's getting ready to be.
We are whipping the cream.
Whipping the cream, smoothing things out. Hey, don't know nothing about cooking. Not a whole lot. Not whipping no cream.
You do whip cream.
But you do whip cream.
You do whip it. You got.
Hey, but the key to it all for me, and I'm sure it is for you, but the key is the love. Like, I've expressed this to not many people, but a couple people in my life, that there are only two people in my life that I have experienced unconditional love from. And that's one was Anne-Marie, and the second person has been you. Like, it doesn't matter what has been going on in my life. If I was dead wrong on something, as my daughter, you have, when you got old enough, you old enough to let me know, Dad, you're wrong. You didn't say it like that, but you would let me know that.
Hey man, what's going on? Why?
Well, key, bro. You causing a lot of people a lot of pain. That's like a direct quote right there. But, and I had it was never from a place of judgment. It was always from a place of love from you. And that's huge. Like that's just huge for me. For me personally, because I'm a big dude, but I'm a big old softy. Like
big old teddy bear, ain't scaring nobody.
Ain't scaring nobody.
You look mean till you open your mouth and you see the gap in the smile. Hey man, how you doing?
I'll be at work. They be like, when I do get mad, I still be smiling. They be like, you don't never frown. I was like, yeah, I do. I'm frowning right now, motherfucker.
I'm frowning on the inside.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Ready to wring your neck.
But yeah, it's but the love is the key. Like, people toss that word around like it's a dirty whore, but love is the key. They do, man. I'm telling the truth. People just be talking about, I love this.
Yeah, no. It's accurate. That's why it's funny, because I thought you were gonna say a buzzword or something. They throw it around like a buzzword. No, that's not what you said.
No.
It's all okay. We're gonna have to put the E next to our podcast.
We gonna get one of them labels?
No.
Not suited for viewers.
We ain't getting no NWA sticker. We ain't getting no 90s hip hop sticker. No, we're all good there. But yeah, no. It's actually an episode topic of mine, so I'm not gonna get too deep. But you said,
I'm not to get too deep in none of this.
Yeah, just kinda sprinkling a little bit of we giving them the appetizer right now. You're getting a
little teaser out there.
No, they in Sam's Club getting the samples to buy them.
Too thick.
Would you like to try this Swedish meatball? Because you're gonna come back.
We got pork in it.
No. It's all beef. It's 100%. No, it's beef. And you read the ingredients and it say made with beef, pork, and chicken, and you say, no.
Hey, like them Tostinos. It's funny. Them Tostinos pizzas we eat all goddamn time. Like, yeah. I'm kind of up here living the bachelor life. So you look for some stuff to put in the freezer. I see Tostinos, it say beef. Just as clear as day on the package. And,
majority beef.
Jamel told me, he's like, bro, he said, man, you better look at this label a little closer. I'm like, man, it say beef. He said, man, look. And I looked at the made with beef, pork, and
chicken.
I said, that's false advertising, man. Somebody needs to say something.
Well, here we got the platform. We gonna add them.
We don't need to be eating that shit. No way. Ain't no telling what kind of beef.
That's why
and pork. It's all the shit they don't use for the good stuff. They just throw it all together. Probably a damn hoof and a eyeball or some shit like that.
See, you done derailed me. I don't even know where I was going with that. Okay. We said Sam's Club.
We was in Sam's Club giving them samples.
We was giving samples. Okay, yeah. So we the big beef franks that they sell at the Sam's Club, right? So you get a taste and you're like, well, I want that at home, so I'm going to take it with me. So that being said, it's funny that you said how I would always check you, basically, because I never saw it as me checking you or putting you in your place or telling you that you're wrong.
You wasn't doing none of those things. You was just
acknowledging.
You were acknowledging. You were not afraid to tell me. It wasn't. I didn't feel like you were checking me or telling me. You was just not afraid to tell the truth, and that's the way that we tried to raise you. Is to tell the truth. Speak your mind. Be respectful. But don't never withhold your truth. Always tell your truth. And you can only tell it from your perspective. And if, like I said earlier, how I receive it is on me. It has nothing to do with you. And that's what people in life need to wrap that around their psyche. Like if you haven't done that so far, anybody listening or watching, how somebody can tell you anything. It depends on how you take it and how you react to it, how it affects you. And that's solely on you. It has nothing to do with the person that told you whatever they told you. It's on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much in our lives
Especially
is on us that we try to put on to other people.
on other people. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, and it's like, as long as the message is, because there are people who will just like they be like, oh, I tell it like it is. The whole time they just being an asshole, and it's like, okay, yeah, you made somebody feel some type of way because you don't know how to deliver any sort of critique or criticism, and they be the same person mad when somebody tries to correct something they did, but as long as it's delivered properly, and that's something that I'm actively, again, episode discussion, I am actively working on, is not taking things personal and not letting what I think about the situation like taint my perception of that person. Because first of all, if that person likes me and loves me enough to tell me something, like that made me uncomfortable or XYZ, that means that they respect our relationship in a way that they want to continue this relationship. Absolutely. But they don't want to be made to feel like that again based off my actions. And it's taking some work.
Absolutely.
Because it feels like a personal attack when you're not
you gotta own. You gotta take. It's called accountability. Like, you have to be mindful of how you deal with other people. And as far as if somebody builds up the courage to come,
because it takes a lot. Oh my God, it makes you want to throw up.
If they build up the courage to come to you in a let's just say a reasonable way and bring something to your attention that you've done to them or you've made them feel a certain way, that is, first of all, that's powerful for them. Yes. And if you have to separate yourself from your emotions, and that's hard to do. A lot of times you have to stop and be like, hold on a second. You got to think about who first of all, who you're talking to, what that person means to you, and what do you want your relationship with that person to be going forward. Like, if you value that person, if you value their perspective, you have to take it, as they give it to you. You can't dictate how they give you their message. No, it's their message.
Or try and twist it to fit some sort of agenda. Like, I knew they didn't care about me.
Right.
Yeah, like, why did it make you feel that way? Yeah, exactly. Or try and flip. Well, remember that time you did XYZ? And it's like, okay, wait, because you should have told me then if you felt that way. Don't bring it up now that I'm bringing something up. Don't do that. That's pet peeve of mine. That will shift the conversation real quick. I'll just stop talking. But yeah, that's...
and one of the things that you learn when you start putting in the work is that when you start doing those things, there are people in your life going to fall off or begin to fall off. Because they're not going to be receptive. They're going to say you changed, and you will get to a point where you can stand up straight and be like, you know what, you goddamn right. Excuse my.
Yeah, you wanted me to stay the same. You want to be the old. You want me to be the old me. You like the old me better? Because I could. What you want?
I have changed. I have changed for the better for myself. I love me more, and this is not a thing about being selfish. This is about my health. My mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. And health, if you ain't healthy, man, you can't proceed in life in a fashionable way, because it's a lot of unhealthy people. We all are unhealthy in some shape or form, but some people are putting in work to do better, and others are just, they're okay with the status quo. And if that's comfortable for them, then that's fine. But if I'm working on me and I see things in a person that I don't like and I decide to move differently, then that's just what it is. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not looking down my nose at anybody. I'm just going to I've just gotten to a point where I'm going to allow people to be who they are in their space. Don't mean I'm allow them to be who they are in my space. If I have space for it, I might tolerate them for a little bit. At the end of the day, it's a lot of things that I used to do in my life that I don't do anymore, because I look at myself as being better than that.
You're a
not
changed man.
I'm every day I'm changing every day.
You are the new and improved version. You are BJ 7.0.
7.0. 47.0.
Each version better than the last, and I love it.
Once you throw a couple commercials in there, man, we'll be up to.
Man, we ain't at commercial yet.
What?
We gotta get the
the
listeners and the viewers on YouTube. We gonna put this on YouTube. Did you know that? Did I tell you that?
No, you
it's
didn't
going
tell
on
me
YouTube. We're gonna have a YouTube channel. Well, we already do. I secured the handle. It's Daddy Daughter Dishes. I don't know.
That's dope, man. I'm gonna be at work doing promos. I'm like, tonight's episode.
So, Dad, this completes our first episode. How are you feeling? How are you? First of all, let me say, you look great in front of the camera. You're looking very spiffy, looking very bachelor-esque.
Well, I tell you what, I've been given some self-care ideas, and I've been moisturizing my skin.
What you been moisturizing with?
Hold on now, you grown, but I can't tell you every damn thing. But no, Dad, I need a haircut. I look like Fari. I was looking at myself in the mirror.
You do, but it looks like nice.
Right now. My hairline, I got a 5 head now.
Hey, man, the people in the comments might be talking about your 5 head. You can't let it get to you, all right? Because I got one, too.
Yeah. No,
CJ be joking me. He'd be like, you got your daddy hairline. I'll be like, hey.
Oh. Not the Washington Commander fan got hidden below the belt.
Right in the gut. But what was you saying? Sorry, I cut you off.
What was I saying? I've been giving some personal self-care tips. So I've been trying to moisturize my skin a little more. I look raggedy because I haven't shaved my head or my beard because I'm going to see Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock on Monday. So I'm trying to make sure my stuff fresh when I go to the concert.
So they don't joke you.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle don't say, hey man,
I'll be down
your
there.
hairline all the way in the back of the crowd, ain't it?
I'll say, hey, Dave, keep my motherfucking name out your motherfucking mouth.
Ooh. Keep my head out your mouth. But that's good. But Daddy, you didn't answer my question.
What was the question?
We finished the first episode. How are you feeling?
Hey man, look, I don't know this. I feel good. Good. I'm excited. I am excited about this part, embarking on this journey. Yet another journey with my oldest, my big girl, my Winko. I'm just excited, man. Like, yeah, it's so much to talk about. We got 24 plus 47, whatever that is, 71.
We got some stuff to get off our chest.
Years of combined experience in this thing called life that we gonna be able to discuss as, 24 of them as daddy daughter. But I mean, I can dig back from before I was a daddy, to bring some substance to this platform.
We will definitely throw it back. Talk about your golden ages.
Hell yeah. Like, man, I'm looking forward to maybe having a guest on.
Yeah, talking about basketball. Me and Mari been working together to come up with a good segment. I'm so excited.
I'm excited about that part.
We are going to bridge the generation gap.
Because she is, that girl, I love her. She cut from a different cloth. And that's something that I am actively, constantly working on adjusting to. That's my baby.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. We're going to have a whole episode. Probably have her on. She's going to be in here having us crying and stuff.
I know she's going to have me
toxic crying. But I love y'all. We have a love-hate relationship.
And Dad, you just,
We tight on a good day, but you know, y'all be getting on my nerves sometimes. Cause y'all see me as a kid and like, I'm 15.
Yeah, I can't
That's
wait.
your baby girl.
That's my baby girl. Baby girl mama.
That's your baby.
I have been working on trying not to call her that.
Oh, I haven't.
To help me deal with her as not a child. Cause I have real issues with that. Like when I see Mari, even though she is a developing young lady, all I see is this little kid that
with
I
the
used
hat
to
on, with the construction
with the hat on.
holding
Yeah. That's all I see is like when that stretch of time when I was working 410s and on Fridays we used to go eat lunch. She didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time Mari was on the motorcycle, on the back of the motorcycle. Boy, that one was so mad. She was hot. And then we got to Fat Ed's over there, the people I used to work with, we used to go visit them, and the one lady, Katie, boy, she let me have it. BJ Nelson, why you got that baby on? I said, look, that's my baby. It ain't gonna hurt her. She gonna be all right. And Mari was like a soldier, man. She was riding that bike. I said, boy. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff.
Lord, what's the statute of limitations on a child endangerment?
I know, right? Telling all my damn business.
Hey, that's what we here for at Daddy Daughter Dishes. This is fun. Okay, so I think we could coin this the first episode, for real.
That's yeah. You gonna do some fine tuning?
I'm gonna do some fine tuning.
Okay. We didn't expect it's January 19th. We didn't expect this to go like this because we was just supposed to be testing out the daggum tech aspect of things.
Yeah, we was just doing a testing platform, and that's how you know we talk too much. This is the perfect output for us. Well, you know, the listeners and viewers don't know, but I do plan on ending every episode with a dad joke. So, Daddy,
you got a joke?
I have a question for you. Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
Why?
In case they get a hole in one.
Ah! That's so corny, but it's funny.
It is, but we laugh. We laugh.
That's all right.
Listeners and viewers, if you like Daddy Daughter Dishes, be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast. If you want to see us and all our facial expressions and stuff, you can find us on YouTube. Just search Daddy Daughter Dishes. And we should pop up. We might not, because SEO might not be that good yet.
Hey, and I'm thanking y'all in advance.
Yeah. And if you like the first episode, if you feeling it, go ahead and give us them 5 stars, because we're going to keep coming. We're going to keep delivering.
Even if you didn't like it, say something, because we've taken in the haters and everybody else.
Say something. Know you're watching. We going to... So yeah, say something, and we will see y'all in the next episode.